Hey guys, Jordy here with FixMyCabinet.com. I've been installing cabinets for well over 25 years now. Today I'm going to show you the best fasteners that you can use to secure cabinets properly in different types of materials like steel studs, concrete, and wood studs. Well, let's get started. Okay, what we have here is called an easy anchor. You use these in drywall whenever you don't have a stud to secure a portion of the cabinet to. It has a Phillips head. It screws directly into the drywall. Then you take a Phillips head screw or a square head screw and you put this through the pre-drilled hole in your cabinet, and then it inserts inside of the easy anchor. You never want to just use these on a cabinet. You always want to make sure that a cabinet is secured to a stud or it is anchored fast to a cabinet next to it that's already secured to a stud. So that's called an easy anchor. Now these are used for metal studs or steel studs. It's a toggle bolt system, and the way this works is you drill a 3/8 inch hole in the drywall. You take the toggle and you insert it inside of the hole, you release the toggle, and then you take this plastic part and you pull it up tight like this so it secures to the drywall, and then you break these tabs off. You just back like that. So now the drywall is wedged in between this plastic and this. And then you take your toggle bolt and it goes through the cabinet, and this acts as a guide, and it just screws right into the toggle like that. You have to be really accurate when you're using these with metal studs, but these are fantastic for installing heavy cabinets on metal studs. Now this next item is called a sleeve anchor. Some call them a redhead. This one doesn't have a redhead, but this is used for concrete. This one looks like it takes about maybe a 1/4 inch hole, a little bit bigger. You drill the hole in the concrete with a hammer drill, and then you take this redhead and you pound it inside of the hole, and then you take the nut and the bolt off like this. You slide your cabinet over it, and then you put this back on like that. And then you tighten down the nut. And what happens is, you can see here it has sleeves cut in this metal, and as you tighten this nut, it forces this metal sleeve down over this ball that's larger than the sleeve, and it causes this to expand like that inside of the concrete, and it's an excellent way to secure base cabinets for island units and also wall cabinets. Next thing we have for a concrete anchor is called a tapcon. It's the most widely used anchor for securing things to concrete. These come in kits, and they already have a concrete drill bit that's the proper size that goes with the screw. This is just a countersunk screw that has a square drive, a number 2 square drive head. Now this is a really long screw, and cabinet installers use these periodically because you'll have places where you can't quite reach a stud, and because maybe you're have to insert it on an angle, or you're going through a ceiling or something where you can't use a screw that's shorter than this. This is about a 4-inch long screw, so it's good to have some 4-inch long screws when you're installing cabinets. This is a washer head screw. This is the most popular, number 8. It's a coarse thread screw. It's a self-tapping, and these are popular for installing cabinets. Here's the smaller version of that. These work well for attaching drawer fronts to drawers. Now, I didn't mention the head on these are called a quadrex head, and it will accept a square bit or a Phillips bit. A square drive number 2 is going to be the best bit to use when you're driving these screws. And the next thing that I have are 2 drywall screws. You can see one is thicker than the other. If you're going to use drywall screws, make sure that you use the thicker one with the coarse threads. Drywall screws have a tendency, the heads can snap off pretty easy, so you don't want to force these too hard, or they'll break off on you. Now the other thing that I have here, these are screw cover caps, and a company called FastCap actually makes these, and they're available in different type of wood grains. But what you do is you countersink your drywall screw in, and then you peel one of these off, and they've got sticky on the back of them, and it covers the screw head. Now, you can get them in a lot of different colors, but sometimes they're not available from your local cabinet supply. So what I've done before, like I had red cabinets one time, I just went and got some red spray paint and spray painted these, and then after they're spray painted, you can just peel them off. Okay, so that's it for the different types of fasteners that you can use for securing cabinets. One final note, always make sure that your cabinets are secured properly. You never want your screws to just be spinning loosely where they're not hitting studs. You never hang a cabinet on just drywall only. There always has to be a solid backing that the fastener is secured to. That's it. Make sure you visit fixmycabinet.com. I'm Jordy Cristo. Have a great day.